9.5, 9.6, 9.6. Round of applause. Our last vote will be Alex, but first, the penultimate vote of the night, Maya!
Hello. I've heard that mental illness is like staying in an abusive relationship because it's easier than trying to fix the problem, and you know this because you've tried to fix the problem before. And I've heard that anxiety is like being strapped to a chair while looking at an open door, and I've heard that having an eating disorder is like trying to inhale in a smog-filled room, and that depression is like living with a roommate who's constantly telling you that the apartment isn't big enough for the both of you, and it's no secret who has to go. And I've heard that anxiety is like a rash that will never go away because it never goes away, or like always being skeptical that your friends don't actually like you, because why would anybody like you more than you like yourself? And I've heard that having an eating disorder is like constantly being at war, and that mental illness is like lying to everyone else so often that you don't really know what the truth is anymore. And I've heard that depression is like having a cold and not being able to breathe through your nose and being so sure that you'll never breathe through your nose again, or like the unwanted cousin who shows up unannounced and makes all your friends uncomfortable because he doesn't let you say much of anything and forces you to spend all your time with him. And anxiety is the irrational paranoid psychopath that your cousin introduced you to, living in your attic who stops you from going out with your friends that night or leaving the house for more than a couple hours at a time. And I've heard that mental illness is like not wanting to grow up, because you know that as a young person with a mental illness, you'll only grow up to become an adult person with a mental illness, and it takes too much effort to live like that. And I've heard anxiety is both coldness and warmth at the same time, and it is. It really is, but it's also not. You see, we say we relate because we think we do, but we don't. We think that my hunger and your hunger are the same because we use the same words to describe them, but they're not equal. My rock is not your rock, and my suffering is not your suffering. I tell you I'm drowning and you say so am I, but she's just a little deeper and you're a little colder and he's been here for longer, and I don't like the water, so it's really not the same. There are similarities, I'll admit, and we want to relate, and we're pretending we know each other because we think that we do, but do we really? Do we even know ourselves? Depression might feel like a thief that steals everything you have, leaving you empty-handed, but it could also feel like not wanting to fight anymore. And that means something else for everybody. And I've lived through it. I've lived through it all, the so-called relatable and the non-relatable, and the ups and the downs, and the you're not really sick, and the why are you still here, and the you're not worth it, and the I can't help you unless you help yourselves, and I haven't wanted to. But I have wanted to, and I did, and I'm here, and I'm better now. I'm past that, and I know that depression is like sinking, and anxiety is like falling without a parachute, and I know that anorexia is so much more than being hungry, but I also know that it gets better, and that today will end and tomorrow will come, and it gets better. Believe me. We might not heal the same way, and your scars might be more visible than mine, and I might have lost more years than you, but it ends, and that is the same.
Round of applause. Judges, we're going to count to 3 in problems that I could not solve. Dividing numerical pi by a pepperoni pizza. Dividing numerical pi by an apple pie. Dividing numerical pi by any prime number. Judges, hold them up. We have 8.5, an 8.5, a 9.5, a 9.5, and a 9.5, which shows manual applause.